Good morning, everybody. It's Laura. I am doing another haul video for you, obviously. Let me see. I want you to know, number one, I hung that kimono on the wall just so you'd have something pretty to look at when I'm not holding up something else that's pretty. So let's see. So this is basically 3 days worth of haul. My individual hauls tend to be a little smaller because I'm more selective about what I buy, and I don't need to pick up the quote unquote bread and butter items because, I have a house full of stuff. But I still love to go shopping because it's fun and it's great to see what you find. So my individual hauls are a little bit smaller, but I do have some awesome stuff from all 3 days. So I will try to go in date order if my bags are coordinated. They are. Okay. So this was a unique thrift in New Jersey, and it was fun. The first thing I picked up is this purse. These are funky. So close up, I think these are called candy dot purses or candy dot beads. This was just a regular day that I went on, so everything was normal price, $4. And this one's in good shape. I have a couple of these. I had a couple. I think I had 2 listed in my shop. I think one sold. Sadly, I don't remember. I have one that I still have that's in red, white, and blue. And then there was one that's in light and dark brown. And this one was just fun. It's very colorful, very sort of bohemian and fun for the summer, I think. Or for whatever. Who cares? So I will probably list this somewhere around 20 or 25. I'll probably look at what the other ones are listed for and maybe kind of go in that range. But we'll see. So that's that. Then I've got, what is this? Oh, that's right. I kind of forgot some of the stuff I got, which tends to be part of my problem. This is just, it looks like a plain black slip, which you can't really see well. So, it's got a nice fitted bodice and then a big long skirt. What makes this slip special is it's like 1980s vintage. If there's a little, no, that's okay. So this was $6, and what's special about this is that in the 80s, Olga, which is a lingerie company, did a line of slips, and this one particular slip type called body silk is really popular. And so the one that I've seen a lot more of has more of like a that's a diamond is what that's supposed to be. That's not what that looks like. I apologize. It's got like a diamond shape right underneath the bust line. It's very figure flattering. And that can sell for a lot of money on Etsy, at least. This is similar. It doesn't have the same shape of the bust line that the other one has, but I looked this up and they were still listed on Etsy for around $45. So that's not too bad. I picked it up. This one did not have an Olga tag in it, but I recognized the, just the cut of it and the fabric, and it seemed very similar to Olga. Where on earth is the tag that's remaining? I don't know why somebody did this. So it looks like both tags were sewn in the same spot. Somebody, oh, you can't really, oops, I almost spilled my coffee. They cut one tag off and left the other one. It's in the same spot. Whatever. So, but you can see this one has a style number on it. And that's how I confirmed that it was Olga. I just Googled Olga with that style number and the same exact slip came up. So that'll be nice to list. They're so pretty on. So even you get a basic black and it's still nice. Let's see. This I'm excited about too. This is a vintage flat sheet. This is by Vera Newman, not Wang or Bradley. Vera Newman. And I actually have part of this sheet set in my Etsy shop currently. I have a fitted with pillowcases. So it's really nice to be able to add the flat sheet to that. I'm pretty sure it's the same thing. I mean, I know it's pastel with butterflies. I don't know if there were different versions of it. This was $3.50, and I didn't even check the size or anything. This is a full size, which is what I have, which is amazing. So Vera for Burlington. So what I'm going to do is end up altering my Etsy listing to include this sheet and then obviously charge more. I can't remember the fitted and the pillowcases, I want to say I had listed for $45. I may have lowered that price, but I can't remember. But at the very least, I'll have the full set listed for $45, if not more. I'm going to go back and reevaluate what other similar ones are selling for or listed as currently. You know, on eBay, you can look up previously sold listings. On Etsy, you can't. You have to look at what's currently available. I can do a Google search for this and maybe that way find some Etsy sold listings to figure out pricing, which I may do. But, you know, what I figure is if somebody's looking specifically for this, they have to make a decision based on the items that are currently available, right? And this is a type of thing that somebody might look specifically for. So if all of the other ones are selling for $60, I'm going to list mine at 50 or 55 to try and get the edge that way. This next thing is probably just for me. I have such a love of these vintage enamelware pieces. And so finding this little canister was very fun for me. It's got this nice little blue top. And I don't have any idea what I'm going to do with it. It was $5, but I love these stupid things. So I have a really pretty bowl that I have to figure out what to do with. Right now it's on top of my microwave, but you can see the outside of the bowl, which is fine, but the inside is, of course, the really pretty part. So anyway, but these are always fun. Lucky Elephant. I haven't seen that one before. I see a lot of peacock company or butterfly, peacock and butterfly. So now we've got Lucky Elephant. It's so pretty. Oh. I heart my coffee. All right. And this, I think, yes, this is the last thing I got at Unique that day. This I thought was really cute. This is a Gap dress, and I don't buy Gap stuff, even vintage Gap, partially because I feel like it's difficult to tell which tags are the vintage Gap. And I feel like they've probably recreated some of their vintage items now that the 80s and 90s stuff is back. They're like rebranding themselves to market that. But I think this is an older Gap piece. And it's a really pretty just Madras sundress, right? And the bottom has this flounce. So I thought it was so pretty. I don't know why I feel like Madras is going to be popular this year. I don't know if I got that from somewhere else or I just made that decision myself. I think it's really nice. Prairie dresses are doing well, and this is a neat little version of that. So, and this was $8, and I'll probably try and stick this up on Etsy for around 40. I haven't looked up any, you know, any other similar items to see what it's selling for. So that's just a guess off the top of my head. That's how I would value it. So that's what I'm going to try and do with that. So that was my Unique thrift purchasing. Get that in there. Sorry, gonna move this baby off to the side. I got my nails did. I'm not a nails did kind of girl. Like, that's not my style. See, you could tell they are not mine. They are all like fat and fake. But the problem is that when I am doing pictures for eBay and I have to hold down some tag, right? You see my fingers. And so they were looking too hideous. My nails peel and chip pretty easily. So I finally resorted to this. I'll see if I like it. So far, they look okay. My mom said that they don't look like super fake nails, which is good. The woman who did my nails called them baby nails because I made her make them short. Like, this is long for me, right? And she's like, oh, they're baby nails. And I'm annoyed because, I mean, it's not her, it's nobody's fault, but, and I know this is what you guys all came to watch for. It's already growing out. I only got them done like Wednesday. It's currently Monday, like, you know, whatever. And they're expensive to do. But, you know, with all my nails being weak, I do dishes 47 times a day. You know, when you're digging through racks for stuff, like especially the vintage t-shirts, all I'm doing is label shopping. So I'm just flipping through hangers, and you would be surprised at how brittle that makes your nails. All right. So the second store I'm going to go out of order because LTrain Vintage was my next store, but that was a really good haul as usual. So I'm going to go with yesterday's Goodwill instead. I'm going to do that. Where is it? First I bought, somebody had a theory that Ed Hardy might be coming back. I looked at eBay solds and it's not, at least at this point in time. So, but I had purchased this Ed Hardy t-shirt because I forget, it was like $2, $2.30 or something insane. I don't know, but it's still not selling. So whatever, I'll probably wear it to, it's nice and soft. It feels really nice. I'll probably wear it to bed a few times or whatever and either decide to sell it or not sell it. I don't know. All right. You know, and I have to be honest, I don't fully know what these prices were at Goodwill because I didn't pick up that much. This is a Free People little sweater. It's a very emerald green. I don't know how well this color is coming across for you. Somebody, so the little metal tag is there, but somebody cut off the fabric tag, which has the size, so that's annoying. It does have the other tag. It's not of a size. I always go by measurements anyway, but this was, I want to say this was like their prices are weird at this Goodwill. Everything was like $5.29, $2.29. So I think it was $5.29 for this. I don't know what tags were. Usually Goodwill has one tag color that's 50% off. I don't know what that was. So I didn't look this up yet, but I'll try and do this. It's in nice shape. I don't see any snags or holes or anything. So I'll probably try and do it for $25, $30 with best offer on eBay. Maybe I'll put it on Poshmark. I really neglect my Poshmark. Let's see. Let's see. This I got because I thought that the graphic of the t-shirt was really cool. The t-shirt has been altered by whoever owned it previously. So, there. So, but right? Isn't that cool? It's like this tattooed pinup chick. The sleeves you can see are cut off. Somebody cut those off purposely. The shirt is not manufactured that way. I feel like they did a good job. It's even. I don't know this brand at all. T-shirts again were like $2.29, so I picked it up just because it was cool looking. Big 8 Takeover. I don't know what that is. Rebels and Famous. I don't know. Whatever. I'll figure it out somehow. I'll look it up. But even if I can't sell it, it's really cool to wear. Like I would have to cut some of the bottom off because of the way that it fits me, but I liked it. It was neat. Let's see. Okay, I think I only have 2 other things from Goodwill. This Goodwill is so infuriating. I went to this Goodwill a few weeks ago and they were having some sort of computer problem. The computers were just down. So the front register, there were 2 cashiers. There was an IT guy there that day. I don't know if they were doing system upgrades and that caused problems. And then there was the manager, who apparently I found out is the assistant manager. But I was in line for, no exaggeration, 30 minutes. And probably at least 20 of those minutes, I was the person waiting to be checked out. Like I wasn't like there were 5 people in front of me and that's why I was waiting. It just, nobody was doing anything. The 2 cashier girls were not, like nobody was addressing the people waiting in line and saying, I'm so sorry, blah, blah, blah. Like you could tell what was going on. And once I was in line, like once I was at the register, the girl was fine. You know, she was like, oh my God, I can't believe this. I'm so sorry, whatever. The computers would sort of come up, but then crash immediately, back and forth a few times. And it was aggravating. And the guy who seemed to be the manager was so completely useless. And it was frustrating. But, you know, computer problems, they're not great with the customer service there, obviously. So whatever. And by not great, I mean not well trained. The cashier girls looked like they were really embarrassed and hated what was happening, but like they didn't seem to understand how to like handle it with customers. So anyway, my boyfriend and I went back yesterday and we're waiting in line again. So now there's 2 cashiers. One is cashing out literally a crazy hoarder woman. She had a gigantic cart of stuff and was like, there was like 5 things on the counter and then this cart of stuff. And it was unclear at first if the cart was even hers. And it was going so slow. And then we heard the cashier say to the woman, she's like, okay, so we'll start again. And Laura and I just look at each other like, but they'll start again. Like, and this is after probably like 5 minutes we've been just standing here. And then she's like, okay, so this total will be this much money. And then the woman like pulls a pair of shoes off of the shopping cart. And the shopping cart is packed with stuff. Like I don't, you know, whatever. And I had cramps and I was not in a good mood to begin with because of that. Sorry if that's too much information for some people, but you know. So then the second cashier person, she's standing there, but then the useless manager man was there and he was having her cash out the drawer And both of them are standing there counting the money slowly without a calculator. And again, nobody's addressing anybody in line, whatever. So she gets rid of the drawer, and the manager guy was now taking over. We were in line again. This was like 20 minutes, and there was zero reason for this, except that one person was dealing with a crazy hoarder. And I get that you can't just say to the crazy hoarder woman, look, lady, get out. Like, that's, you know, you have to deal with people, even if they're crazy and whatever. But someone should have been addressing the rest of the customers. The manager guy should have like stepped it up. And I mean, this is the most useless human being I've ever seen in my life. If I was those cashier girls, I would be so aggravated that this was my boss. So I'm going to be going online to the Goodwill site and filing a little feedback about him, which is not something that I typically do. He's just, it was useless. Like, seriously. Anyway, so that was a Goodwill. But these things were kind of worth waiting in line for. This is a dress that I thought of Kayla when I got. Hold on, let me zip it up in the back. This dress is a blue velvet. I don't know. It's like a navy blue velvet. It's got this great skirt, right? So it's pretty. It's not a full circle, but it's nice and wide. It's pleated all from the bodice. The bodice has these amazing rhinestones that are like beveled in. This is not some glued on crap. I'm sorry that it's not showing nicely. Sweetheart neckline. The back has this nice little elastic, which is in really good shape. And that tag means that it's probably from like the, you know, it is vintage. It's, I can't remember if this tag goes up to 74 or up to 95, but you know, it's like an 80s style dress. So it's fantastic. And Kayla with Hazel Hearts Vintage has been talking a lot about the ugly prom dresses and the velvet and everything. And velvet's been, I don't know, I always think it's in, but it's been in this year. So, so this is great. And this isn't even, this is just a pretty dress, no matter, you know, it's not like ugly, pretty, vintage, whatever. It's just beautiful. This thing is awesome. Hold on, I got a button for you. So this is lingerie. And I do like to wear lingerie as regular clothing. You know, you layer it, whatever, where a lot of the older, like this top I'm wearing today is from a 1940s slip that was damaged on the bottom. So I just cut the, oh, I'm sorry about that. I just cut the bottom off. And on the bottom half of me, I'm wearing a slip as a skirt, but you can't see that. So I think that's fun. I don't know. This is probably wearable out of doors, but so this is, it looks very basic, right? This is Vanity Fair. So I'm going to guess that this is 70s based on the style. So Vanity Fair, but so pants. How awesome is that? It's so cool. Of course I tried it on. It's amazing. The only thing that's difficult for me is this front, okay? You know, because it leaves your entire, you can't really wear a bra with it. You know what I'm saying? So now if you're able to creatively layer that so that you can wear a bra with it, that's fantastic. You know, so many places make great, like Free People makes tons of great like bras that you can wear that are beautiful when pieces of them are showing. So that's nice. But that was my Goodwill haul. So frustrating, but I think that especially those two last pieces, the dress and the lingerie, were worth waiting in line for. All right, now LTrain Vintage. So LTrain Vintage is a chain of vintage thrift stores in New York City, mostly in Brooklyn. I go to one in Lower Manhattan. Well, not Lower Manhattan. Like it's 12th Street and First Avenue. So every Saturday, Laura and I go into the city. He goes into a meeting, and I have a couple of hours to myself. So I chose to go visit LTrain this weekend. LTrain always has, they do have some modern stuff, but primarily it's vintage. The modern stuff that they do have sort of goes with the vintage themes in a way, so it does seem somewhat curated. the prices are more expensive than a thrift store, but less expensive than true vintage stuff. So, you know, it's common to see stuff for like $8 is kind of a cheaper price there. 11 is common. They had a ton of vintage Levi's denim jackets for like 75 bucks this time around, which is kind of probably a little bit lower than the going rate. Too much to buy for resale, but great if you want to buy it for personal use. So I always go there. At the very least, I find great stuff for personal use. I have so many things that I love from LTrain, and this is not going to be any exception. So I'll try and save my favorite for last. So this first piece that I will show you, this is a 1950s circle skirt. It's really pretty. Look at that's like an embroidered, not embroidered, I guess it's like a sort of a, it's not lace really, applique sort of. There's no tag in this. Super tiny waist. I think the waist is tiny. I paid $8 for this, which is great. It has the metal zipper. So that's always a fun sign to see. Oh, maybe that's a side zipper? No, I don't know, whatever. I haven't tried to, doesn't matter. But I do have to soak this a little bit because some of the, I don't think you can see it. There's a little discoloration on, yeah, it's not showing. There's some discoloration on the applique, on the, whatever this stuff is called. So I'll soak it a little bit to get rid of it. Even if it doesn't come out, it's not that bad. It doesn't make it unsaleable. I don't know what I'm going to sell this for yet. I'm probably going to go around 30, 40 on Etsy unless it comes up that it's, that I can go way more. We'll see. There's no lining in this. I don't have a petticoat. I probably need to get one, or a crinoline rather, petticoat. Because, you know, you put the crinoline on and it sort of, no, it sort of, you know, poofs out the skirt for photos, which would be nice. So there's that, $8. Then, oh, okay, I'll show you this thing next. This is weird. This I'm going to stick on eBay, and I have to look up some prices again. So this is not something I normally get. It was $6. And it's a bicycle shirt. Like it's you know, like if you are like a professional bike rider or not professional, but you pretend you are, whatever. So it's like one of those bicycle shirts, but it's got a Day of the Dead theme on it, right? So that's the rib cage with flowers and the butterflies, and then the back has the skull. It's just super awesome. You know, it's got this little guy on the sleeve there. And so, like I said, this was $6. When I looked this up online, I want to say, I mean, I can at least list this for 20, but I might be, I can't remember. I felt like it was worth it. Pactimo is the brand. So I'm excited about this. It's really cute. It's got these weird pockets in the back. I have no idea what these pockets are. Well, there's like buttonholes. Like I do not know what, no idea what this stuff, like what function this stuff serves. But it's really cool. So I'll figure that out. Oh, and there's like a signature. Maybe that'll make it worth something more. I have no idea. So I can't read what that says, but it's okay. So that's really awesome. I thought it was neat. Let's see. Trying to show you in order of most awesomeness. This I got because it was $6 and it's Jam's World, which is a brand that sells well. I mean, it's a cool looking shirt, right? It's like got that Hawaiian-y kind of vibe, surfer thing, Waikiki sport, blah, blah, blah. But Jam's World, I want to say is an 80s thing. So Nicole State talks about this all the time and I get very excited. So I picked this up. I know I can do at least $20 on eBay for it, so I'll try that. Then, oh my God, that's right. Okay, what is next? This is just a great little hippie skirt. It's a wrap skirt. This was $10. It's long and, you know, patchworky, but bigger patchwork. I thought it was really pretty. Lord was less excited about this when I showed it to him, but that's okay. He tends to be less excited about this stuff. So it was cool. There's no tags, but there didn't have to be. And again, I'm going to at least do this 35 bucks or so on Etsy. So it's super awesome. I like it. All right, then I'll show you this sweater. This sweater I love also. This was $8, which I can't believe. show you the tag first. So this is, ooh, it's wool. I thought it was acrylic. Wow. All right, so that's the tag. And then this is the sweater, right? And I mean, that's cool, but look at that. Oh my God. It's so awesome. I have not tried this on, and I should not try it on because I don't want to keep it. I mean, I maybe do, I don't know, but it's super awesome. Nope, I'm showing you the flowers that are not on that side. Look at that. They're so cool. I love this kind of stuff. This is what I live for. And this is, LTrain is great for this kind of stuff. That's why I love going there. So I'm going to list that also on Etsy. I don't know how much for yet. I have to research again. But again, also, you know, I feel like I can comfortably do 30 to 40 bucks on it. So easy, easy peasy. Plus stuff like that. I mean, I feel comfortable with that profit margin. I bought it for 8. Even if I sold it for 30, that's a nice profit. But also I feel like this kind of stuff is great looking to have in your shop. You want to have a certain look for your store. And when you have really fun to look at pieces, I think that that helps you. So sometimes, you know, if you're getting something and the profit isn't gigantic, but it brings attention and has a great look for your shop, that's fun too. Oops. I'm trying to put some of these things back in the bag before I show you the last 2 things I got there. So these were so exciting to me. I love this type of sweater, and I looked for them for a long time. I got one at LTrain last year. It's the vintage Cowichan type sweaters. And I got one at LTrain last year for, I want to say it was 25 bucks, and it had pheasants on it, which was fine. You know, a lot of them tend to be hunting themes, which I don't like. And I'm sure pheasant is like supposed to be a hunting theme, but there was no guns on it. And, you know, so that was good. Sometimes they'll have horse themes and stuff like that. So, you know, and 25 bucks was a great price. I had seen some online that were going for like 75, 80, you know. So Saturday, I went and I found this one for $8. Now, they from far away, they definitely do look like fish. I was gonna say, I think they're fish. You know, as you get closer up, it gets a little bit more, you know, Lord said it looks like the 80s pixelated kind of cartoons. So this one needs a little attention because it's got like a stain here. Oh, can you see it? Yeah, I think you can kind of see it. It's got like some staining there. So I think I just need to wash it, which I think I can. Yes, it's 100% virgin acrylic. $8. This was probably made in the 70s. So I believe that these sweaters were popular in like the 40s, and then they were redone again around the 70s. I could be wrong on the initial dates. Maybe it was like 50s. But anyway, this is like a 70s thing. So that's really cool. And again, like a $30 thing, no problem, I think. The next one is my pièce de résistance. This is my favorite find of the whole weekend. It is another Cowichan sweater. Oh, hold on, I gotta zip this up for you because it's unzippered, because I was wearing it because I am pretty certain I'm never giving it away or selling it. First of all, it's green. That's amazing. But secondly, it's got freaking figure skaters on it. Oh my God, look at the back. Figure skater. It's awesome. I love this. I think that the only way that I could find a better one is if I found one with a cat theme. Maybe roses and hearts, but I haven't seen anything like that ever. I did see somebody on Etsy does handmade ones, then she recreates, you know, she does handmade ones now. And one has like the lucky cat, the Neko cat or something, you know, the Asian cat with the hand that goes like this in the Chinese restaurants. So that one was great, but she makes them by hand. And so of course they're like 250 bucks or something, or 175. I mean, it's awesome. The likelihood that I will ever find that in a thrift store is pretty unlikely. You never know. So in the meantime, this is about as good as it's going to get. I mean, it's awesome. It is a little big on me, and it does not have pockets, which makes me sad. But for crying out loud, how selfish can I get, right? You know? I had to choose between pockets on my pheasant jacket shirt or figure skaters with no pockets, I'm going with figure skaters, for crying out loud. So $8. And what was crazy about those is that they had a bunch of other Cowshan sweaters there as well. And some of them, I mean, some of them were legit older. Like this, the green one even is probably, it has no tag in it, but it's probably also later. It's got a big fat plastic zipper, you know. But the other ones that they had that were earlier were like $40. And I think that that's a fair price for them. And they were nice and thick, and they were lined and everything, and had reindeer and all sorts of neat stuff. But then for these to be $8, it's such a, you know, crazy price difference, but they were really cool. So that was my LTrain find. So much fun. I love that store too much. They had great, they still have a bunch of great Hawaiian dresses, like the long, really flowered bark cloth Hawaiian dresses. And those they've got, for the most part, between 20 and 40 bucks. Tons of t-shirts and jeans, lots of Western style shirts and stuff. I don't know, they have a bunch of neat stuff. I love that store. So God, I woke up, I don't know what I did. I slept and like, I can't turn, it's like I can, this is how far I can turn my head. This way. I don't know what I did. I always have a bad back. So that was my haul. It was a lot of fun. I have so much work to do now though, because I have not been very active listing. I had decent sales over the weekend. So I've got, I think, 13 packages that I have to go up to the post office with after I'm done here. So that's good. And I'm very grateful for that. My weekends do seem to be more active sales-wise than my weekdays, but I have a lot of work to do. I am going away next week for 10 days. So that means for 10 days, I don't know what's going to happen with my sales. I'm going to make my shops have a longer handle time. And I'm going to talk to some of my seller friends and sort of get some information. But on eBay, what people have done is just change their handling times. I currently have 1 business day handling times, which means that if you order it today, I have to ship it out by tomorrow. I could put my shop on vacation, but that just hides everything and you get no sales. So I think it's better to maybe put my handling time as being 10 business days, and people have done it where they sort of, they go away, my handling time is 10 business days, and then the next day they change it to 9, and the next day to 8, etc. And my Etsy shop, I'm not sure. They don't have quite the same options that eBay does, I don't think, like, but I have to check it out. So I want to try and make it so that it does show that I'm away and that I cannot ship items immediately, but I still want them to be available for sale. But also the action of listing items keeps your store sort of front and center. And I have not created enough listings in advance. I haven't created any listings in advance. So that means that maybe I can list on the, I don't know how I want to handle that yet. I can barely handle like packing to go away. So I have a lot of work to do with that. Plus, you know, I have somebody who comes in to pet sit for me, and whatever, I've known her for 84 gajillion years. So nothing here is a surprise to her, but I like to try and use that as an opportunity to like clean up some of the mess, you know, whatever. So I've got to prep for her. So it's going to be busy times, but I am going to try and get some major work done today. I always get a bunch of motivation in the mornings on a new day. So I try to take advantage of it. So anyway, I hope that you guys are having a great day. I hope you had a fantastic weekend. I have to go finish watching a bunch of haul videos from everybody else over the weekend. I was in the middle of watching Kayla from Hazel Hearts Vintage when I started doing this one. So I'm going to go do that. And I will see you guys later. Bye. Can't find my mouse. There it is. Okay. Bye for real now. Bye.